We've got dates for the 2024 EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival. Pixar Fest has begun over in California, and a big change now affects the way you're going to pay for two very popular souvenir experiences in Hollywood studios. All the latest theme park news is coming up right now here on DFB Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. We got no time to waste today. Let's talk about food and wine. We have dates for the 2024 Food and Wine Festival, y'all. The time has come. Okay, the 2024 EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival will officially begin on August 29th. I know, right? And run through November 23rd. So that is fantastic. It is starting a little later than we would have expected. This is when the festival usually started back pre-COVID, so pre-2020 period. So they're kind of going back to the OG there, which is interesting and sets us up with a lot of questions because what does that mean? They've got like 3 months in the middle of summer that they're not going to have any food booths or they're not going to have any festivals? That can't be right? They wouldn't give up that kind of income. So are they going to have a new festival? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just speculating. This isn't part of the news. I'm just speculating with all of you. Okay. All right. Back to the news. This year, you're going to be able to explore food booths as always that capture the flavors of countries across 6 different continents. Now, so far we know that Belgium, Germany, the Alps, and Hawaii are all returning, probably with very similar menus to what they've had for the past 74 years. Now, the Eat to the Beat concert series will be back as well, bringing popular bands to the America Gardens Theater. The Eat to the Beat dining packages are also expected to return in 2024, though details have not yet been released. Subscribe to our newsletter so you get the latest updates once we get all that info. And don't miss out on our incredible food and wine guide, which includes food booth details, pictures, maps, and our top picks from the fest. These user-friendly guides are going to help you make the most of your budget, your time, and your appetite. Use code YouTube to get an exclusive discount. You go check them out over at dfbstore.com. Now, this next little bit of news is super fun. Pixar Fest is happening now through August 4th at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. And each day there's some Pixar-themed fun to be found at both parks. We've been at a media event this week for Pixar Fest, and it has been so much fun. I didn't realize it would be that fun, but the characters that they're bringing into the parks are so good. Oh my goodness. You've got Luca and Alberto. You've got Ember and Wade are there. It's just so good. So I'm very happy that Pixar Fest is happening. Even though it seems like a small thing, it's not. It's really fun and it'll make your heart just very happy. Anyway, included in Pixar Fest, we've got special parades, fireworks shows, meet and greets, food booths are coming. And some of the characters we met included, like I said, some very rare appearances. Folks you don't ever see. We've got Barley and Ian from Onward with their van Guinevere. That is really cool. So you definitely want to go and check out the list of characters that are going to be out and about when you are in Disneyland and DCA if you're going this summer, because you're going to find some folks that you are definitely not going to get autographs from any other time. Oh, and I forgot to mention one of my favorite ones is Doug from Up. And I know you can meet Doug in Disney World, but this is Talking Doug. Yeah, he actually talks. He has so many cute phrases and I love him. Anyway, for full coverage on Pixar Fest, head to our website at disneyfoodblog.com. One of EPCOT's opening day attractions has gotten an update. Living with the Land has been part of the EPCOT attraction roster since 1982 and has become beloved by many fans, including yours truly, as one of the few remaining vestiges of opening day EPCOT as the park evolves. We took a ride recently and were impressed to see the ride had gotten some TLC. The forest portion of the dark ride section features a really nice new lighting package that adds an ambiance to the area that was lacking previously. During the Flower and Garden Festival, which is currently running through May 27th, decorations and floral arrangements from various Disney-adapted fairy tales have been added to the lab portion too, giving the ride a very whimsical quality, and we loved sort of spotting all the different storybook elements. You can find references to Snow White, The Little Mermaid, Alice in Wonderland, and Winnie the Pooh. This update, especially the lighting package, has refreshed a classic opening day Epcot attraction, reminding us why we love LWTL in in the first place. If you're heading to EPCOT soon, be sure to show this attraction some love. Disney World annual pass holders are going to get access to some exclusive photo pass offerings from May 1st to June 26th. And for one of those perks, you'll need to visit World Celebration Gardens near Dreamers Point in EPCOT. There, a photo pass photographer is going to be standing by to take a special photo with a special prop and an exclusive magic shot. Here's what's going to be available. May 1st to May 30th, a giant Mickey Mouse ice cream bar photo prop and a Stitch magic shot. That giant ice cream bar is very, very cool. June 1st to June 26th, an oversized Mickey Mouse donut photo prop and Stitch magic shot. And you're going to need to show your annual pass card, your link to Magic Band, or Disney Magic Mobile Pass, as well as a government-issued photo ID to get these special photo ops. Your annual pass must also have the Disney Photo Pass downloads add-on option, or you can purchase the magic shot directly through the My Disney Experience app for an additional cost. The Disney World Fire Department has had a name change. The former Reedy Creek Fire Department will now be called the District Fire Department. Officials revealed the new logo design in January, which received official approval on Wednesday, April 24th. Now that the fire department has been renamed, little branding remains of the former Reedy Creek Improvement District. During the April 24th meeting, board members also voted to appoint a new district administrator, who was DeSantis' legislative affairs director before working on his presidential campaign. Prior to that, she served as Clay County manager and secretary of the Florida Department of Transportation. We'll be keeping an eye out for any more changes coming up to the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District and how it could impact your next trip to Disney World. Spike's Pollination Exploration is a super fun scavenger hunt in EPCOT during the Flower and Garden Festival to compete with your family and friends, but just a heads up, it has changed again, but for the better. The original prize for this scavenger hunt was that miniature cornhole set, you remember? There were 4 to choose from and we loved it. However, they got so popular that the park ran out, and so the prize was changed. Well, the prize then became a collectible orange bird magnet, and it's cute, but not nearly as cool as the mini cornhole, so we were sad when they ran out. But we have great news. The mini cornhole sets have finally returned to EPCOT. We spotted them wrapped up in their bags at Port of Entry near the Skyliner, and the scavenger hunt is $9.99 to purchase at World Traveler or Creation Shop or Port of Entry or Disney Traders. You can return your completed or incomplete map to any of these to get your prize, or just pick up your cornhole set when you pay for the scavenger hunt in the first place. Blue Ribbon Corn Dog certainly has our attention on the West Coast, where they are famous for their pickle corn dog and limited time dogs like a holiday version served with cranberry dipping sauce. And now they're coming to the Disney World Boardwalk soon. And this week we spotted a huge update. Signs are up on the stand. There are even smaller banner signs up advertising offerings like cotton candy and that Mexican street corn dog, which is going to be an all-the-time offering in the Disney World version of this kiosk. It's a limited time offering over in Disneyland. Now, we don't have an opening date for this snack stand just yet, but we expect to see those plants removed and the corn dogs frying soon. Fingers crossed. If you've ever browsed the dining options in Disney's Hollywood Studios, you probably scrolled right past Mama Melrose Ristorante Italiano. It's not a restaurant you'll easily spot as you're strolling the park, but you'll find it if you're willing to wander toward the backside of Grand Avenue. You might just be pleasantly surprised. We knew Mama Melrose's was gaining a few new additions to their menu, so we wanted to be some of the first to try them out, tell you about it. And brace yourself, we got a lot of food. Let's start this whole review off with the appetizer we ordered, the fried mozzarella sticks, which cost $15. These crispy bites of cheesy goodness are served with marinara sauce and lemon aioli. We were served 5 in our serving, and they were served warm and crisp to the touch. As we pulled them apart, we were greeted by the smell of the mozzarella cheese and herbs that were mixed into the coating of the sticks. The lemon aioli had a nice zesty yet creamy taste and was a different take to pair with the sticks aside from the standard marinara sauce. We could easily see this as a shareable appetizer between 2 people or even a smaller family, but $15 for 5 mozzarella sticks? Kind of steep. We also ordered the new mushroom artichoke and cheese dip for $14. This appetizer was served with goat cheese, tomatoes, and toasted crostini. Our reporter who went to review this meal isn't a huge fan of mushrooms, but said they would totally order this again. The crostini are thin and buttery, but super crisp with a nice audible crunch when you bite into them. The dip itself is a bit salty, almost savory, and you can really taste the artichoke and the tomato in it. So this is probably the better appetizer over those cheese sticks because cheese sticks are so kind of ubiquitous and you've had them before. Then it was time to start putting a dent in our entree selections. We started with rigatoni bolognese. This is ground beef, Italian sausage, and Parmesan cheese, and it cost $26. The sauce, combination of meats and thin slices of Parmesan cheese, work in harmony to bring this dish to life. For $26, it's a pretty large portion and the pasta was cooked to perfection. It's very tomatoey with a bit of low spice to it when you get bites with the Italian sausage. This definitely set the bar for what was to come with the other entrees and very easily stole the whole show of the entire meal. Next up for us was the braised pork ossobuco. This dish is made of creamy polenta, roasted cipollini onions, sweet peppers, and lemon gremolata with that pork ossobuco for $30. The braised pork was cooked very, very tender and it peeled off the bone with one swipe of your fork. We wouldn't have minded a few more spices added to the pork to give it a little more flavor though. The sauce was thick and savory, but we found that most of the main flavor of the dish came from the sauce and the polenta. However, if you're on the fence about whether this pricier dish would be enough to fill you up, this dish is huge with minimal fat on the meat, so we would recommend you plan to share this one with someone or order it with the expectation that you'll probably be taking some of it to go. If we weren't already stuffed enough, we still had one more entree to make it through. We also ordered the new fettuccine alfredo with shrimp for $32. This dish is made of pasta, cheese sauce, and fresh basil with that fettuccine and of course the shrimp. We were most excited to try this one for the fettuccine alfredo alone, and it didn't disappoint. The sauce was very Parmesan forward, and we would have loved to have had a bit more of it on the pasta, but there was plenty of shrimp to go around here. The fresh basil was a nice touch, but we could only taste it when we really searched for it in our bites of food. We wrapped up our meal with the latest dessert selection to hit the menu, the goat cheese mousse tart. This tart comes topped with honeycomb and an edible flower and served with blackberries and a cassis compote for $10. It was so creamy and we're still dreaming about it. However, to fully appreciate the flavor of this one, you are going to have to like the taste of goat cheese. If you've never had it before, we would liken it to a sharper cheese flavor, kind of like in a New York style cheesecake. Our tart wasn't served with the honeycomb because the restaurant didn't have them in just yet, but instead they drizzled honey over the top of it in its place. The honey served well enough to add to the rich, sweet flavor, and the fresh blackberries were just the right fruit to complement this treat. At the end of our multi-course meal, we were stuffed, to say the very least. We really enjoyed how fresh several of the new options were, and we were able to speak to our server in depth about the new items and ask their opinions on them. All right, let's talk about what you need to know if you're heading to Disney World soon, and I mean like in a few days soon. We got some bad news about the weather. In May, it's going to start getting hot, y'all, but not just hot. It's also going to get very humid, which means you'll step outside and immediately start sweating. So please come prepared and don't overexert yourself. Take breaks, go watch an indoor show, take a midday nap at your hotel if you have to. Please hydrate and listen to your body and take care of it. You need to be aware of things like cheerleading and dance competitions in Disney World. Why? Well, because those competitions bring a lot of extra people to the parks, and we expect a little Genie Plus price hike too. Not much, but if Disney knows the parks are going to be more crowded, they're going to up the price a little bit. Also, if you're staying at one of Disney's all-star resorts, you might suddenly find yourself surrounded by dance teams who get up real early to practice their routines outside your hotel room. These events are scheduled to take place at the ESPN Wide World of Sports May 2nd through 5th and May 10th through 12th, so be prepared for those. Next, let's talk about Hollywood Studios. Vacation Fun, an original animated short with Mickey and Minnie, has stopped showing times on the Disney World website as of April 29th. The attraction is not showing hours for some time after that, at least until May 25th. So if you were planning on checking it out and getting some nice indoor AC, you'll need to know that it will be closed during these dates. Now, there could be a chance the opening date changes, which often happens, so you'll want to keep an eye on the Disney World website to see if and when that happens. And this is just for a little bit of refurb, I believe. Secondly, May 1st is the 35th anniversary for Hollywood Studios, which we will talk about in just a second. And May 4th is a big Star Wars holiday. You know, may the Force be with you, May the 4th, etc. If you're a Star Wars fan, you understand. So just in general, expect bigger crowds in Hollywood Studios, maybe a few extra Darth Vaders walking around on those 2 days. If you don't really care about the anniversary or Star Wars Day, maybe go to a different Disney World park on those 2 days, or at least park hop to studios a little bit later in the day. So we've got a new virtual queue in Disney World, but it's for merchandise. Disney's Hollywood Studios is one of our favorite Disney parks and is home to several beloved rides and attractions and of course snacks. And Disney's getting ready to celebrate all things Hollywood in honor of the park's 35th anniversary. Disney shared that you can celebrate the park's 35th by snagging some exclusive souvenirs. There's a catch though, you'll just need to join a virtual queue. On May 1st, you can join the virtual queue starting at 7 a.m. Eastern to hop in line to score this exclusive merchandise. You don't have to be in the park when you request to join the queue, but you'll shop in person at Stage 1 Company store, which hasn't been open since before COVID-19. Anyway, it was was open for a Star Wars merch event in 2024, but hasn't been open as an actual store. This is the gift shop that's near Mama Melrose's. Available merchandise includes adult and youth apparel, collectibles, even limited edition pins. But from what I can see, there isn't anything with MGM on it, which I wish there was. I feel like that's a missed opportunity, but I guess they probably aren't allowed to use that anymore. If you visited Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disney's Hollywood Studios, you may have discovered that you can be a part of a custom lightsaber building experience at Savi's workshop, or build your own droid at Droid Depot. We talk about it a lot here on the channel. To do so, you would make a reservation online before you arrive in the park. You make that reservation with a credit card, but your card would not be charged until you checked in for the experience. Well, that's changed. You will now have to prepay for the experiences at both Savi's workshop and Droid Depot when you make your reservation through the Disney World website or My Disney Experience app. We spoke with a cast member at Droid Depot who explained that if you choose to add any accessories during the experience, you can pay for that at the time of your reservation. The prepayment would just be for the build itself. Also, you can only use annual passholder and Disney Vacation Club member discounts at these locations on accessories. If you need to cancel your reservation, you must do so at least 24 hours before your reservation. If you don't, you will forfeit that prepayment that you made. The same also goes if you're a no-show. If you do cancel your reservation at least 24 hours before, your credit card will be refunded the amount you prepaid. So that's the news we've got for you this week, y'all. If you want news in your inbox every single day from Disney, we've got our Disney Food Blog newsletter that you can join totally free. The link to sign up is in the description below. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.